there was always joy, always hope. We kept on doing art and showing art and culture despite everything. And it made us happy. It made us hopeful. It made people from outside see how resilient we are through art and culture. So I do believe that yes, art will save the world, because art is a very, very powerful way of expressing ourselves.
I'm Farah Shamas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels.
Welcome everyone to Hotel Talk. And today I have with you someone who at the moment is very much connected to St Raphael Resort, being the resident artist who has her beautiful, beautiful floral and modern paintings exhibited in the tower of St Raphael Resort Marina. It's none other than Zeina Nader, who I'm going to let her introduce herself to you, and we're going to talk very much about art during this episode. Zeina, thank you so much for being here.
Hello. Hi, Farah. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, and especially after the opening that happened a few days ago, and I hope my flowers gave some good spirit in the hotel for the hotel residents and visitors.
Definitely, we were going to have different events going on there, and the nice thing is that anybody can come and see at any time.
Yeah, I know.
The lobby exhibition area is open, so if anybody's coming to Golden Monkey, they can have a look at your pieces, which are all for sale and all reasonably priced. They start at $150, don't they? So it's amazing.
Yes, they are small pieces, easy to grab, easy to take if you're on vacation, and not expensive. So I wanted to just spread some good vibes, some positive, some flowers, good scent for everyone. And that's why
it's perfect for this month, May. It's the month of flowers.
Exactly. It's spring. It's the month of flowers. So what could I do if it wasn't flowers? Yeah.
I love that. So tell us a bit about your journey. How did you get into art? What art do you do? Where can people find you?
So I think I was born an artist, and it was obvious and spontaneous in my path to be an artist. I studied communication arts, which are the arts of the theater, movies, photography, and all these arts that help me do better my paintings. And I am coming from a family of artists. And it was obvious that I would do this because I grew up in a beautiful mood of art, music, and painting. My dad is an architect, and I kept on seeing him painting with the opera music in the background and classical music. So when I started to paint, I don't remember when, but when I was in my, I finished my studies at university, and I started to work in the field of theater and. I was teaching art, theater mostly, and but meanwhile I kept on painting, and so my friends, my relatives, they wanted to acquire a painting, and then it started to be very serious. So at that time, although I had the talent and I had all the mood around me that helped me do this, I also took classes to learn the technique, because I think that technique and talent match together to give a good path in art. And then I started to expose my art everywhere in the exhibition, the art fairs in Lebanon. Should it be in Fara, in Faraya, when they used to do the art fairs, in the forum, in the downtown in Biel. It was like 20 years, 25 years ago. And then an opportunity just came up, and I could expose my art in a very beautiful and big gallery in Chelsea, New York, which opened to me a very a very good opportunity. I met many people, and I met curators. I met a curator from Spain and another one from Italy. And since then, we started to work together. And I did more than 100 exhibitions around the world with these two curators, and it was a great experience. And then I continued, of course, here in Lebanon. I am settled in Lebanon despite everything. I don't want to leave, although my children left, and I kept on traveling, but I always come back to my place, to my home. And from my home, I do my art. And I believe that my art is something very positive, something beautiful. It's something I have to share to make people happy, and to give hope and dreams. My art started very impressionist and figurative art. And then, throughout the years, the experience, the researches, the personal research, I found myself in a very abstract path that I am still experiencing and bringing up more and more personal. The flowers that I made are flowers, but they are very abstract, as you can see. And they have a personal touch, a personal technique that I keep on learning to express something that make people, as I said, dream and think. I like people to think when they see a painting of mine, because it is abstract and so it is not clear, and so it makes people want to learn more and go beyond what is on the painting, but what could be in the soul of the artist. So this is a little summary of of my journey.
Well, I love it. It's an admirable journey, and your art is really so colorful, so beautiful. And for me, it's very happy. It's very positive, happy art. I think we do see that. We've seen that before with previous exhibitions at the hotel from Lebanese artists. And I think people would normally associate, especially a lot of foreign people who view Lebanon just by the news, they view it maybe less positively, maybe with a darker lens. And then we see all these artists emerging literally out of the ashes, out of Lebanon, with all this hope, with all this love, with all this color. Maybe you could touch on that a bit. Like, where does all of this positive energy and beautiful colors and nature, where does that inspiration come from for you?
Well, I do believe that it comes from here, from Lebanon, despite everything, despite the pain, despite all the struggles and the troubles that we've had, the war and the blood. I keep on seeing Lebanon as a beautiful, hopeful place to live in. As I told you, I traveled a lot and I saw many beautiful places in the world, but I never felt home. I never felt this feeling of warmth in any other place. And this is what gives me strength and mostly inspiration to keep on doing something beautiful, and to keep on having something positive to share. I think that if I do positive art, I will be positive from inside. So it is the reflection of my soul. And by the way, I write too. I am an author. I write art chronicles in medias, and I wrote art books. And my writings are my other way of expressing myself in a very positive and joyful way too.
So tell us more about art and healing, because art is used a lot in personal journeys, and it's encouraged, I think, more and more with different therapies, different coaches out there saying, even for children, and maybe you're not born to be a famous artist, but we all have creativity in us. So tell us about that part of art. How can people use it just to help clear sometimes all this noise and mess and emotions that are going on in all of us?
I can say it as experienced it. Yes, as you said, I believe and I keep on repeating that every one of us is an artist from inside. So, yes, even if you're not an artist who wants to expose, you are an artist from inside in a way or another, in an art way or another. This is to begin with. Then I will share my personal experiences as therapy in art. I have. I have been teaching art for students of all ages for more than 25 years in my studio and in schools. Sharing this beautiful thing with the students is a great experience. It's something that makes me learn more, learn about myself, learn about life, and learn about art. They teach me. And the children are extraordinary artists and they are innocent in their art, so they bring up their soul immediately out. And I experienced also with the bigger ones, the ones who were trying to go to prepare their portfolios to go to universities. And with adults, we did this sip and paint activity that is very fun and that is very also fruitful. But on another hand, I also gave lessons to alcohol and drug addicts as therapy in a center where they were working on themselves to try to detox, and the art was a part of this therapy, and that was the greatest experience I've ever had as art in therapy, because it was learning how to put art as a place to be happy, to forget about the personal pain and struggles, and to go through personal emotions, bring them up out in the arts. And it wasn't easy because I was dealing with they were from different ages and different backgrounds and different education levels and genders. So it wasn't easy to do, especially when you deal with someone who is basically depressed and at the point of even they end their lives, and I experienced this with them. So doing this was really amazing. I did it for 3 or 4 years. It was very tough on me, but it changed my vision as a human being and as a mother, as an artist, basically. And I also did another experience with people who had difficulties of hearing and talking, and they were working in silence. That was another experience in another center, and we were just doing art silently, and it showed me how art can bring music, can bring sound, can bring beautiful emotions even in silence, and how one can communicate with someone who cannot basically talk or listen. So yes, art in my own experience has always been a therapy, a teaching, and to me to begin with. So yes, art is a great thing, and I think that in every school, in every very dry program of studies, art should be included.
Absolutely. And I think it should continue to remain fun. I mean, I know from my kids, they love art, but I know that they've had experiences where, not that it shouldn't be taken seriously, but it's been very impressed on them by a very strict teacher that these are the methods, and then that kind of stifles any enjoyment and love and passion and creativity that they have coming out of them. So I think yeah, everybody should just be allowed to express themselves and flow.
And freely.
Yeah, freely.
Because we
Absolutely.
are not all supposed to be Picassos or the Van Goghs. We are
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Everyone has their own strengths. So what's your favorite medium? We recently at St Raphael had a watercolor retreat that was amazing and a lot of fun. I know, I mean, there's so many different, whether it's clay or sculpture or oil or acrylic or watercolors. You paint with oils, but are there other forms of different mediums that you like using? Are there other things you've experimented with? Is there something on your radar that you want to get into in the future?
I tried many mediums. I tried them all actually, but I love watercolors for certain things to do, and but basically what I use the most is acrylic, because today acrylic is the medium that is close to, that gives the result of oil, but that dries quickly and that doesn't smell. So it's easier to use, easier to get. I mean, it dries quickly, so we can finish the painting more quickly, and the result, if whether we want it to be thick with layers and structures, it can happen, and if we want to make it very smooth and light, it could also happen. There are different techniques. I also use oil pastels a lot that I mix up with acrylic or sometimes with watercolor. It's mixed media. I sometimes do collage, but basically what I do the most is acrylic on canvas.
Amazing.
So
I think acrylic colors have really come a long way as well. Because I remember when I was young and at school and a student, that the oils just had better colors. It had richer colors. You couldn't really get that at the time with acrylic. But now acrylics, it's insane what's on the market that I've seen.
it's been a century and a half that artists are using acrylic paint, and now acrylic paint is a very good quality of paint. So it's safe to use it, to have a good result, to have a good finishing, and to do whatever we want to do as a personal technique with it. It needs some experience, and in my opinion, it's the most. The most common now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that. So what's the proudest moment of your career been so far?
I had beautiful moments. Some moments that were very humble, but that gave me a big joy. Like when a child comes and sees a painting of mine and expresses what I feel in this painting. This is a very proud moment for me. I do have proud moments when people come and admire my art and express also their feelings, their need to, or their desire to acquire a painting. But I had bigger proud moments, like having a painting acquired in a museum permanently in the United States, or
Wow.
in the I have a painting acquired permanently in the London School of Economics, and my books are in the library of the London School of Economics. I have paintings. I have recently, last year, a painting that has been acquired by the Ritz-Carlton, the IFC in Dubai, a 3 meter by 2 painting that is in the main lobby permanently. That is also a very proud and joyful moment to me. People go to that very prestigious hotel, see the painting, and then they send me pictures. Oh, we saw your painting. So, yeah, and I
That
have.
is amazing.
Yeah, and these are things that are moments in my journey as an artist that give me joy, that give me motivation, and that make me want to continue and do more and experience more.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite quote? Do you have a favorite quote, maybe by an artist that you
Well, it's
love?
everybody knows my favorite quote. It's "Art will save the world" by Dostoevsky, and I do believe it. And I also say it in my own way. Art will save Lebanon, and I believe that art definitely is saving Lebanon, because despite all what we've been through, art and culture were always the main priority in, not priority, but the domain where there was always joy, always hope. We kept on doing art and showing art and culture despite everything, and it made us happy. It made us hopeful. It made people from outside see how resilient we are through art and culture. So I do believe that yes, art will save the world, because art is a very, very powerful way of expressing ourselves.
That's beautiful. Well, everybody gets a bonus question on this podcast that the members of the team at St Raphael get to put out. But this bonus question is from me.
Okay.
And so we're cheating a little bit, because normally we pull it out of our hat, but because we're online. So the bonus question is, who is your favorite famous artist and why?
I've been asked this question a lot, but here in now I can say with all my journey that Monet is my favorite artist, and for many reasons. First of all, for his colors, and for because he was the one who was the first one who brought art in the outside, in the, I mean, not in the studios, in between four walls. He was the one who started the Impressionism, and invited all his Impressionist artist friends to his home in Giverny in France, and they started to paint all together. So this also activity of painting together, this activity of doing art residencies is, in my opinion, what he started also in the nature, which is the best inspiration ever. And I love his art because he at the end of his career couldn't see properly. He had cataract, and he was showing what he could see from his soul, and it came up something very, very beautiful. And I think that through him I was always inspired to do my own art, of course my own way, but I love his art, and I love the way he opened up for art in general. I have other favorite artists, but I love.
He's the number one.
Sorry,
he's the number one for you.
I think he is. Yes, yes.
Zeina, thank you so much. This has been amazing. I can't wait for everybody to come to St Raphael and see all your beautiful, beautiful.
I want to add one thing. I want to thank Dr. Karam, who is my curator, for having organized this exhibition in the St. Raphael Hotel with your partnership and hosting me. So he is my curator here in Lebanon, and through him I've been doing a lot of exhibitions globally, and I just wanted to thank him for that. Thank you.
Ah, yes, exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you both. And I can't wait to see you soon when you come back.
Yeah, sure. Have a nice month of end of May, and thank you for this lovely podcast.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it helps us more than you may realize. If you are planning on coming to visit us at St Raphael Resort Marina, feel free to email our reservations team quoting Hotel Talk and receive an exclusive offer just for you. We look forward to seeing you soon, hearing your feedback about our show, and producing many, many more interesting episodes just for you, our listener, and our valued guest in mind. Thank you so much, and take care.